And we are live. What's going on, guys? What's up? What's happening out there today, Saturday morning? We are live after several pre-recorded What's the Right Shot episodes this week. Hope you guys are doing well so far, wherever you are. And just let me know down in the comments area where you're checking in from this morning. That would be cool. I've got a short episode today. First of all, without Jeff. Jeff is on the road this morning. I think he's head to a USPTA conference in Northern California. So we're going to make this brief for that reason. Not that, yes, we know he likes to talk, and we love it when he talks. Always the good stuff from him. But I got to be on the court here in just a few minutes. So we're going to get to this. And what I've got for you today is a point from, let me do this first. Let me get over to this screen. Yeah, enlarge that a little bit. Got a point from, the 60 grass courts a few years ago. Doug Dittmer with the serve against Ross Persons. And, this was the National Grass Courts. I believe maybe it was the end of the year Crable Classic, one of the two. But one of the things that I want you to be thinking about is that the top players, and before we get to the approach shot here that Doug hits, the top players do not feel the pressure to sort of have that adrenaline rush of, I got to win the point early in the point, right? Got to hit a big serve, got to hit a big return, get a ground stroke, really got to ding it to some place that seems to be a little bit open, right? Open court, to where it's that adrenaline of, man, I want to end the point right now on my own terms. And the top players don't have that feeling, right? They really are content with hitting high quality standard shots to wait for a low risk offensive opportunity. And so anyway, that said, and so the question here is, what's the right shot, right? Are we going to approach up the line? We're going to approach back cross court. We're going to approach right at the player, right up the middle. Maybe we're going to play a little approach drop shot, right? Some disguise. With this, we have an open racket face. Doug's got an open racket face. So he's got a lot of shot choices, right? He could play a dropper off of this. There was a comment the other day which said that, and we saw, I think it was 2 episodes ago, where we saw Doug play a forehand, topspin forehand drive passing shot. And the comment was, it's just a bad idea to approach someone's forehand. And I had to quickly disagree, because the approach shot choice is not that easy in terms of where you're going to approach. And sometimes most of the time it's opponent dependent, right? How good is that guy's forehand? If you're in the middle of the court here and you're going to approach somewhere, well, then you might choose either a forehand or a backhand. But for someone to say that you can't approach to a guy's forehand, well, in this case here, if you go to the backhand and you hit it pretty well, you've robbed yourself of time to be able to get over here, especially if the guy's backhand's decent. And both these guys have got great backhands. So you got to be careful with thinking there's a formula of where to approach every time. And a lot of it is, you've probably been in this situation at least once before in the match. What'd you show them last time? Right? Well, maybe they're thinking that. Maybe you want to do something different. Who knows? Anyway, here's the approach. It's up the line. And look, I just love this. And I want to spend a little bit of time. We'll just spend a little time here with a little technique on this backhand approach. And not that I'm going to tell you, well, here's what you do, and if you do it every time, it's going to be a winner, because that's just not real. But what you want to feel here is that a couple things. Number one, is you've clearly made up your mind already where you're going to go with this. If you haven't made up your mind by now, whatever you decide to do at the very last nanosecond probably won't be executed stroke technique wise as well as you could. So right now, shot choice has been eliminated, but still there's some disguise to the setup look. That's fine. And what I want you to feel is that right here at contact, you've got the ball in your racket. You don't have to rush. Even if that guy guesses over there where you're going, and that's part of your shot choice is the realization that that guy over there can actually guess, can anticipate where you're going. So in your mind, this is going to be a two-shot possibility, right? You don't know that that guy over there is not already, I mean, because you're looking directly down at the ball here. You can't see what's going on over there. That's fine. But in your mind, you've already committed to, I'm going up the line with the approach. I'm assuming the guy will get there. Doesn't mean I have to rush this shot. And if the guy gets there, that's okay. And as we see now, you're in pretty good shape. If that guy gets to it, it's at best going to be a lob probably. So there you have it. I want you to make sure that as you're mindset wise taking your time to execute this shot, that you stay sideways, right? You don't open up that front shoulder too early. You stay sideways, and there you have it. Let's go back. We're going to play this last part in real time, and I'll just shut up. And we'll just play the whole point in real time. And there you have it. Easy peasy, right? Guys, any comments? Let me know down below in the comments area. Let me know what's on your mind. Comments, questions, remarks, feedback. If you want to keep the conversation private, we can certainly do that as well. And look, yeah, if you love today's episode, please click the like button over at YouTube. Subscribe for sure, and click that notification bell so you're alerted every time I go live and or upload new content. And look, for me in 2023, definitely the missing piece was doing a much deeper dive on mental toughness, on mindset skills for competitive tennis players, specifically for just for me. I just had sort of always been in denial a little bit about really spending more time with developing mindset skills. Some of it was I didn't know if it would make a difference. And I would say for the first couple, 2 or 3 weeks, after I developed, just short story, just developed these 5 mindset skill habits, first few weeks, I just didn't believe it. Just didn't think it was going to happen. But there was one day about 2 or 3 weeks into it where all of a sudden I just felt tangibly different, if that makes sense. And I just said, well, maybe this stuff works. Let's just keep going. And then about, 6 weeks into it, started having some results that I'd never had before and went, I'm never stopping. So if you're at that point in your competitive journey as a tournament player, as a league player, and maybe it's just that you're playing, a couple of really serious practice matches every week. If you're at that point where you're good, but you just have that sense there's got to be a little bit more, then what I encourage you to do is to take a look at what I've developed, which is the 5 mindset skill habits. It's a training course, a 28-day course. There's a link down below that will take you to get some more information and where you can get signed up. WebTennis.com/SLR5 habits. And for me, for sure, in 2023, the missing piece, had a dream year last year, not only in terms of winning 10 additional National USA gold balls in singles and doubles, but the end of the year rankings, #1 in the USA in both singles and doubles, #1 ITF in the world in doubles, and #3 in singles. Never really thought that was a possibility, but it is. At least it was for me. And I'm not saying that's your goal. Doesn't matter what your goal. It's all relative. Whatever's the next step up there for you is achievable. So any questions, guys, again, let me know in the comments area, or you can shoot me an email, brent@webtennis.com, if you want to keep it private. Guys, that's it for me today. It's time. We all got to get out there, help someone else have a spectacular day. Guys, see you again next time.